What's going on, people? I hope everybody is cool, man. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about a situation that a lot of people are talking about in relation to a Black MAGA Trump supporter, a young lady. Um, she supported Donald Trump in the MAGA movement very heavy, very heavy. Okay, and now she's coming out asking Black Americans to support her in her endeavor to get her son out of prison, whom she feels is being railroaded and falsely incarcerated. People are like, hey, but you supported MAGA, you supported the Trump movement. Well, they love the cops. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this clip and then I'm going to come back with my commentary. But stick around because I'm definitely going somewhere with it. Without further ado, here we go. Live, straight from the phone, all right? That's it. Play.
Wait, stop. Stop scrolling. Real quick. I just need you guys' support in helping to free my son. My son is 23 years old and he is currently facing 21 years of incarceration due to racial injustice. My son was defending himself, and unfortunately, most Black and brown people, individuals, whether you are a man or a woman here in Colorado, do not have the right to use self-defense. The judge denied my son's self-defense. Therefore, that same judge sentenced my son to 21 years in prison. Right now, I am fighting to free my son. I have a strong appellate attorney and an attorney team, but right now we just need some support to put the word out there that racial injustice within the Black and brown community has gotten out of hand, and enough is enough. So if you guys could just simply engage with this post. I'm not asking for any type of monetary value or any type of assistance or anything like that. I just need for you guys to engage with this post, to put it out in the algorithm so the word will get out there. So let's start from the bottom. Share the video, favorite the video, and if you guys could comment hashtag enough is enough, and of course, like the video. Friend me if this comes across your algorithm and you like, friend me. I definitely appreciate any and all the support that I am getting right now. Like I said, my son is 23 years old and he is facing 21 years in prison simply due to racial injustice. Had my son been able to use self-defense because he was defending himself, the victim was shot with his own gun, my son would be home right now had he been able to use self-defense. There are so many cases within Colorado and across the United States, period, where men and women are defending themselves and are faced with serious charges and then sentenced to double their lifespan. Oh my God. It's terrible. Wait, this you?
Maga family, AFF family, Trump supporters. Oh my God, I done found my tribe.
Well, I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. Go ask your tribe. Because us over here, the 92%, we attended the cookout with Kamala on November 5th. But you, with the other 8%, wanted to go to the picnic, and now you're upset because your son is the Nick they picked? I'm not understanding. The switch up is crazy. Now you're wearing blue. You're using blue hearts. You're talking about some free the masses. You're using the black power fist. Stink a butt. Call it a J-Lo concert ticket. No one's buying it. You are getting exactly what you voted for. You voted for the racist felon, and they say, you know what? Let's double it and give it back to her. So now you got 4 more years, and your son is facing 21. The 2-for-1 felon deal goes great. Girl, what did you think was going to happen? The leader of your tribe was going to give your son a pardon too? Didn't nobody tell you that was an all-white party? Unfortunately, there's been a tariff placed on thoughts and prayers, so I don't have those for you, but maybe it's time to put back on your cape. You know, this one? It's fun to stay at the J-A-I-M. Or whatever the song said, girl, I don't know. Peace and love.
Okay. So I'm going to stop it right there. I don't want the video to tarry on too long, so you all see what's going on. So basically, the mother who's asking for help in regards to her son being falsely incarcerated, she's now asking black people for help. You know, she's talking a lot about black and brown, and black people are falsely incarcerated, you know, etc. And but not too long ago, she was riding the Donald Trump train, right? And a lot of black people, they are coming at her neck for that. Now, listen, me myself, I am not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. Okay, I am pretty much what you would call bipartisan, or straight down the middle, etc. I agree with what I agree with, and if a certain political party agrees with what I agree with, then that just is what it is. Okay, it's God first with me. I don't really care about parties and stuff like that. But let me say this in regards to why black people are giving this mother such a hard time when it comes to helping her son. All right. Now, first and foremost, I see that she's fighting for her son, and I respect that. I respect that, right? I see that you're fighting for your son, and I respect that. No parent should have to watch their child suffer under a system, you know, they believe is unfair, and it is unfair, as time has showed us again and again. But let's be real. To the mother, you know, the reason why black people are you know, really ignoring your plea to help your son and kind of laughing at you and stuff like that, it's because you've been a strong supporter of MAGA. Okay, and one of the main beliefs of MAGA is that America has the greatest justice system in the world. That's what Trump, Republican leaders, and conservative media have been saying for many years. Okay. Um, Many people are saying, no, we're not going to help you. We're not going to pay attention to what you're saying. Help yourself, etc. Because you are a supporter of Donald Trump. And Trump himself has bragged about how fair and just the criminal justice system is. He called America's courts the envy of the world and has repeatedly claimed that the justice system is not broken, except when it affects him or his allies. Right? Now, even Tucker Carlson, one of the biggest MAGA supporters in the world, once tweeted that America has the greatest justice system in the world. I'm going to see if I can find that tweet. I do remember reading it, but I'm going to see if I can find it, and I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. But MAGA politicians and conservative media have spent years telling people that police officers, prosecutors, and judges are doing everything right and that the system is just fine the way it is. Okay, this is why black people are giving you such a hard time when you have been a strong supporter of Donald Trump and wearing MAGA garment, and then something happens to your son. That's the way you feel he is falsely incarcerated, and now you're coming out wearing blue, talking about, you know, the justice system is unfair, is racist to black people, etc. This is why a lot of black people are giving you such a hard time. Okay, because the injustice now has been brought to you, and you're starting to see the cracks in that system. The reality is, America's justice system has been broken for a very long time. Thousands of innocent people are locked up every year, according to the Equal Justice Initiative. There have been well over 3,175 exonerations and more since 1989. People were completely innocent and still convicted. Okay, and that's still happening today. That's more than 27,000 years of life stolen by wrongful convictions. All right, and those are just the ones that got overturned. Imagine how many more innocent people are still behind bars with no way out. Every time you look up, somebody innocent is being exonerated from prison, and this is after they've served 10 years, 27 years, some 50 years. Okay, before they are declared innocent by this justice system that your party has claimed is the greatest justice system in the world. Now, let's not forget how your party also has contributed to this mess, Right? How so? Where Republicans, including Donald Trump, have consistently supported qualified immunity, a legal loophole that protects police officers from being held accountable when they violate people's rights. They fight to make sure cops can't be sued no matter how corrupt that cop is. They push for law and order policies that keep the system tilted in favor of those in power, not the everyday people who suffer from it, particularly a lot of non-white people. All right? This is exactly why you can't put your faith in politicians, ma'am. All right. You was up there wearing Trump robes and Trump attire and Trump hats, etc. That's too much idolatry. And for me, it'd be too much for Trump, too much for Kamala. You should not be wearing things masquerading these people around as if they are some sort of God. Okay? It's idolatry, man. You don't put your faith in human beings. They go to the tub, they take a bath, they stink, they feast stink, they doo-doo, they do everything that regular folks do. They are regular people and they will let you down. All right? They will tell you the system is fair until they are, until they or their people get caught up in it. Then suddenly it's unfair and rigged. All right? But where was that energy when innocent people, many of them black and non-white, were crying out for justice for decades? All right. Where was that same outrage when others were fighting against wrongful convictions, police brutality, and judicial corruption? See, you were supporting a party, the MAGA movement, who feels that your son is guilty. All right. They support the cops with no filter, no problem. You know what I'm saying? They support the criminal injustice system. All right. And now you are saying firsthand what so many others have already experienced. The system isn't fair. That's the fact. And it never has been. But the real question is, now that you know the truth, will you still stand by the same people who told you that the system is fine? Will you still stand by the same people who probably agree that what's going on with your son is okay? Right? Or will you finally realize that justice, it should be about truth and not political party loyalty? And this isn't about trying to make you become a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm also not a Republican, like I said earlier. Okay? Not political based. At the end of the day, the Bible warns about trusting in man instead of God. Psalms 118:8 says, quote, it is better to take refuge in the Lord than trust in humans, unquote. Quote. Okay? So politicians, media personalities, and political parties will indeed fail you, and that's what that Bible verse warns you about. So many black people are not supporting you. They're not going to get on the bandwagon with you and say, yeah, free your son, because you are out supporting MAGA, which is a political party that supports what's going on with your son. They believe the justice system is fair. They believe that everything is okay with the justice system. They believe that cops should get qualified immunity. They don't believe that black people and non-white people are falsely incarcerated, at greater numbers than anybody. All right. Particularly black folks. They don't believe that. They think that black people are getting incarcerated more because they just commit crime more. But the data says that black people are always getting falsely incarcerated and they are always exonerated. They are arrested more, but they are falsely arrested more, and they are exonerated more for those false arrests. Nobody wants to talk about that. Okay? But, people are giving you a lot of smoke, a lot of flack, because you put your faith in MAGA, and MAGA is the party that supports everything that your son is going through. If your son is innocent, man, I hope he gets out, because I don't support anybody innocent being in prison. But this is what happens, man. Stop trusting in political parties. All right. To God be the glory, man. Y'all be blessed. Peace.